Oos, what's up, warriors? Welcome back to the channel. You know what month it is? It is November, also known as No Nut November, a time where we can be disciplined and there's going to be a lot of forces that are going to tell us not to be. So in this video, I'm going to break down a quick article that keeps appearing in my social media feed telling us not to be disciplined, telling us that No Nut November, that showing some type of discipline and restraint is really bad for your health. So we're gonna talk a bit more about that right now. If you don't know me, my name is Nakapan Pungpon. I am on the quest to become the first Triple Crown world champion. That is a world champion in Judo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Kudo in the over 45 division. And I'm documenting my journey to share what I've learned with the world so we can chase greatness together. Now, as you know, I've taken on the practice of SR. This is an experimental channel, right? I'm always trying to add new things, do different things, and to try to become the best version of myself. And in order for me to achieve these goals and these championships, I want to make sure that I give every edge that I possibly can. And one of the things that I've noticed that I know for a fact will help you is semen retention, retaining your seed. I just competed in the World Championships of Judo this weekend. I'm going to break that down in another video. I retained my seed for 60 days, and I can tell you amazing benefits. And I'll share one thing that I've really felt there is I can make micro adjustments right in the middle of the match. I was able to, what you call fight IQ, it really came out, and I'll share that with you in another video more about that. Now, so let's take a little look at this article. Now, I will read a little bit of the article for you. Okay, it's very short. It just shows up in my feed and you click on it. You know, it's one of those things that show up in Facebook. It's a picture and then you click on it, it gives you a little bit of information, right? So let's look at this article right now. It says, with No Nut November fast approaching, here's how many times men should masturbate per month to help prevent prostate cancer, according to a 2016 study. We always keep quoting the study all the time. I don't know why they really want you to know this. So it really is the time of year again, as the viral challenge of sexual abstinence for a period of 30 days is just a matter of days away. Actually, it is right now in November. I don't call it No Nut November, I just call it November because I've taken SR as a way of life, as a lifestyle. And yes, I am married, and yes, it is possible. Talk about that in another video. The trend started back in 2011, but it really gained traction in 2017 and has been a bit of a hit ever since. They're very concerned about this. Some claim that abstaining from ejaculation is good for your health, but there's no scientific proof and plenty of people say it's really not worth it. Experts have also detailed the benefits of ejaculating with a certain number of times per month said to help prevent prostate cancer. Now, let's just look at this real quick. No scientific proof, and plenty of people say it's not worth it. Who's saying it's not worth it? Right? This guy's writing this article saying it's not worth it. Why? Why don't they want us to be disciplined? I'll tell you why. Because a disciplined group of people, a disciplined group of men are very hard to control. It's better to have you just blasting away to some corn, making sure that you are stuck in a lustful state, making sure that you are just chasing pleasure all the time, because people like that are much easier to control, as opposed to people who are willing to be disciplined and to stand up for what is right and know what is right. So, okay, moving on. Now, we love this article, right? I've talked about this article in the past, this 2016 Harvard article that they keep bringing up. And so they say that prostate cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths in men, behind only lung cancer, the American Cancer Society reports. One study found that ejaculating once every day can reduce your risk, while a separate piece of research stated that having 21 orgasms a month reduces the risk of developing prostate cancer by a staggering 20%. Now remember, this article, this study, when they looked at it, the types of aggressive cancers that kill people, the types of aggressive prostate cancers, there's no difference whether or not you ejaculate 21 times a month or somebody who does a lot less than that. Okay, and we already talked about debunking this study as a general. Like, what about all the religious groups? What about the Islamic world that don't? It's not actually haram to masturbate, but they definitely frown upon it. What about all those people? What about religious people that don't see don't agree with this? This is a Western idea, like masturbating every single day, multiple times a day, being proud of it. This is a new idea, and this is what they want all of us to believe because, well, it's much easier to control us, and it's much easier for us to be distracted than to be focused on being better, right? Okay, moving on to the next slide. So it's a three-part article. It's very brief, so I'm going to continue to read this for you. Researchers at Harvard University made the discovery after studying 31,925 men who filled out 3 questionnaires about ejaculation frequency between 1992 and 2010. We're also talking about a questionnaire here. It wasn't really like people were studying in a lab or like reporting anything. They're just filling out a questionnaire over a couple of years, and we'll take that as face value, right? The survey, published in European Urology in 2016, stated we evaluated whether ejaculation frequency throughout adulthood is related to prostate cancer risk in a large US-based study. We found that men reporting higher compared to lower ejaculatory frequency in adulthood were less likely to be subsequently diagnosed with prostate cancer. These findings provide additional evidence of a beneficial role of more frequent ejaculation throughout adult life in the etiology of PCA, prostate cancer, particularly for low-risk disease. While there has been discussion surrounding No Nut November during doing more harm than good, one study found that 1 month of sexual abstinence doesn't have too much of an impact. In a study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine earlier this year, experts monitored the psychological, let me just go to the third. So the findings stated the pioneering study provides the first scientific evidence related to the psychological and sexual well-being impacts of the No Nut November phenomenon, finding that the month-long period of abstinence from ejaculation has no cost or benefit to participants' sexual well-being. So while it may be a trend to jump on, maybe taking time in No Nut November isn't the best idea after all. Why isn't it the best idea? Why? Because now they're taking the false connection that if you abstain, that you're actually giving yourself cancer. And that's what they want you to believe, which is totally wrong, totally wrong. Now listen, look, a couple things too. I see there's nobody who wrote this article. There's no author. They just put this article out there, right? And they're just trying to put fear into your mind, the fear that you might get cancer, fear that you're harming yourself by abstaining for 30 days. That sounds crazy. If you can't abstain for 30 days, like maybe there's another problem. Okay, now I'm not passing judgment on anybody. I definitely lived that life for a really long time, and I thought that this was healthy, and therefore, like, to get it out, you got to get it out, you got to stay healthy, right? That's false. That's 100% false, because when you actually abstain, and I can tell you from personal experience, you get energy, you get creativity, you get a clearing of brain fog, you attract opportunity. I mean, it's a great thing, and I am a firm believer that it can change the world. And I've said this a bunch of times, where just think about it, if you saw the world like that, where sex is no longer currency, right? You're not just going out there and chasing women all the time and having women tempt you with that type of thing. I'm not saying that women are temptresses or anything. I'm just saying that like a lot of people use that as some type of currency to get what they want. And if you're a man who's going to guard your seed and guard your energy, and perhaps you'll probably be more selective as to who you will share that with. And I think that would solve a lot of problems in the world of sexual harassment, sexual abuse, sexual assault. I think it would solve a lot if we could all be much more disciplined. Now, I digress. As you know, I live with a tinfoil hat, and I believe that that's what they want. They want us to be weak, and they're going to do that a lot of different ways, with corn, with sugar, with bad food, just to make us out of shape, trying to make us lazy, trying to drown us out with entertainment. I mean, there's lots of ways they're making us weak, and we just have to find the ways that work for us to reclaim our power. And one of the ways that I firmly believe is semen retention, especially for these young kids coming up now who believe this type of nonsense. So yeah, I just wanted to share that real quick with everyone. As you know, I've also shared a video talking about comments that we've gotten about some of my videos. Some people are saying that, good, I hope you get cancer. And in the previous video, I did talk about the fact that I am being screened for colon cancer right now. Of course, nothing to do with SR, but I did mention that I'm going to get screened. Actually, at this moment right now, if my face looks kind of crazy, I am in the process of emptying my bowels. More information you needed. I'm taking this laxative stuff, so hopefully tomorrow they'll be able to peer in there and they can get the information they need, make sure that I am cancer-free, as I know that I am, and we can get on with our day. But in the next video, I'll make sure to share some information about the Judo World Championships that just happened. I was top 5 in the world. One of the things that I definitely have contributed to that success is the semen retention, among a lot of other things that we've done on this channel. As you know, I've given up a lot of different vices and I've taken a lot of new habits. Now, so let me know what you think. Do you think No Nut November is dangerous? Do you think it's a dangerous thing for you to do? Do you think just taking 30, and look, that's all I'm saying too, is I'm not saying to take it as a lifestyle. My choices have nothing to do with you. I'm just sharing my experiences with the world, and I know the power that I get from it, which is the reason why I want to make it part of a lifestyle. But let's just say you don't take it on as a lifestyle. Don't you think 30 days of discipline is a positive thing? Can be a positive thing for the world, can be a positive thing for your mind? I think so. And so therefore the challenge itself is really good. I think October is it's like dry October or something like that. People stop drinking for 30 days. Whether or not you want to continue drinking, that's totally up to you. But if you can take on the challenge of showing discipline for 30 days and giving up that vice for a little bit, maybe you might find that it's something that you can do for a long term, or maybe you just think it's just something you do once a month. Either way, I feel that this is a great thing for us to do, exercise our self-discipline, because as Jocko would say, self-discipline is freedom. So hopefully you like this video. I want to know, comment below, are you doing No Nut November? Do you think it's unsafe? I want to know what you think, and I'm going to be able to, and I'll continue to share my experiences with the world, and we can chase greatness together. So I'll see you in the next video.